Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's your boy Wave Shots here, coming back at you with another Smite tutorial. And today we're going to be reviewing the newest god that came out this morning called Skadi. Now, if you don't know what Skadi is the goddess of winter. So we're going to go ahead and go over her abilities first. And this gameplay, it was really hard to get this gameplay because I was dropping frames really bad. And anyway, get right into it. So her passive ability, Calder the Winter Wolf. Calder fights by Skadi's side and has two forms, Beast and Elemental. While in Beast form, he can attack enemies and be attacked. While Elemental, he is immune to attacks and regenerates health over time. His forms can be controlled with Skadi's Ruin of the Hunt, but will be forced into Elemental form if he loses all hit points. So basically, as you can see, above my player icon in the Smite game, there's 5 ruins circling around the wolf head. And what those mean, not around like the wolf, but around the wolf head, that means the amount of like health that he regenerates and stuff. So as you can see, when he takes damage, if he takes damage, if the wolf does, you can see above his name, above his my icon, you can see the wolf has 3 missing runes. That means that he lost 3 hit points. Now, her first ability, Piercing Cold. Skadi throws an icy spear forward, dealing damage to enemies and slowing them for 3 seconds. Calder's basic attack deals double damage to targets afflicted by Piercing Cold. So if you throw the spear and it hits someone, it does damage and it slows them. And if you send your dog to attack them after that, then it does extra damage. Her second ability, Ruin of the Hunt, which is probably the coolest, is Skadi marks an enemy for Calder to hunt. While toggled on, Calder assumes beast form, chasing and attacking the marked enemy. If a marked enemy dies, Calder attacks another enemy nearby. When toggled off, Calder stops attacking and returns to Skadi, reverting to his elemental form on the way. This ability can be activated at rank 0, and Calder gains new skills as it ranks up. So what this means is if you use it to attack, as you can see, I might do it close. That was the Piercing Cold, and I send my dog right there. And as he goes to attack, we end up getting a kill, or I end up dying. But anyways, he does more damage, and he can come back after if you press it again. And if you start off the arena match, you don't have to upgrade it. You don't have to like click it because it already is there. And her third ability, Permafrost. Skadi freezes the ground for 5 seconds at a target location. The icy area deals damage to enemies that touch it and continues to deal additional damage every 5 seconds they stay on it. Gods who step on the ice lose control of their movement and slide across. Also, Skadi's movement speed increases by 25% while standing on the area. So this potentially means you could chase down an enemy if you put it down in front of them, and they are forced in that one direction since they can't move any other way because they're like sliding on it. And yeah, her ultimate ability, called Winter's Grasp. Snowstorms around Skadi and Calder. Upon activation, enemies in range become rooted and Calder is restored to full health. The storms persist of 5 seconds while dealing damage to enemies every 5 seconds and making Calder immune to damage. So basically this means if you're in, like for example, if you're in a conquest match and the enemy is about to die and you send your dog after them and they pass the turret line, you could use that ability to get all of his health back and make him immune to secure a kill, or to at least make them return to base. And yeah, and it slows them down if they're in the dog. So basically it's a kill if they're low health. And yeah, those are all the abilities. Now I'm gonna go over her build. Now for this build, I'm building her more of as like Xbalanque would be, like attack speed and damage. So I'm gonna be using the same build for Xbalanque. The first item is Ninja Tabby. The second item is Rage. The third item is Quinn's Sace. I'm pretty sure Quinn's Sass or something. The fourth item is Deathbringer. The fifth item is the Executioner, and the last item is Malice. Now this build is obviously like a beta build since This is just what I've been using recently since it's a hunter, you know. And I'm probably going to change it to have a little bit more of like health involved, because as you can see in the video, I'm dying like a lot, taking a lot of damage, and I don't have that much health. But anyways, I'm gonna go over their abilities one more time, and I'll let you guys be on your way. So her passive ability basically regenerates Olive Calder, the wolf's. Olive Calder's health is basically what it does, and talks about what Calder what happened stuff. And her first ability, she throws a spear, and if it hits them, they slow for 3 seconds, and you can send your dog to attack them, and it does more damage. And her second ability, she can send the dog to attack, and you can call the dog off if you press it again. And this ability can be used without like purchasing it, like in the start of the game. Her third ability, Permafrost, if she puts it onto the ground, she goes 25% faster, but her enemies are rooted and like slide across for 5, and it stays there, and they do damage for every 5 seconds. And if they step on it, they lose control of their speed and slide everywhere. And her ultimate, Winter's Grasp, she summons a snowstorm around them, and if they're in it, then it'll like root them, and it restores Calder's, or the wolf's, health. It restores it to max health and keeps him invulnerable. It doesn't do anything to you, but make like them rooted if they are close, and it happens to the dog too. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Make sure to leave a like, rating, subscribe, and make sure to check out my clan leader's channel. I'll have a link for his channel in the description box below. And thank you guys so much for the views on my recent video, or on my first Smite video about Raijin. I've gotten more views on that than I have my first video, so that's awesome. Thank you guys. You guys are making my YouTube dream come true. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to leave a comment on what god you guys want to see next. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I've been Wave Shots. Peace. See you guys in the next video.
Give me what you got, give me what you got.